Welcome back. There are a lot of battleground states on the map tonight, but results from two of them specifically could signal a surprisingly good or bad night across the board for either party. These are what you might call tipping point contests. One is New Hampshire, where the Republican candidate Don Bolduc faces Democratic incumbent Maggie Hassan. Friends of the Cook Political Report have been rating this race lean Democratic. So Bolduc, who Democratic groups spent money on in the primary hoping he'd be the easiest candidate to beat, he comes out on top. It could signal a very good night for Republicans. For Democrats, it's North Carolina, which leans Republican. But if Sherry Beasley can overtake Republican Ted Budd and flip that seat for Democrats, that would be a disappointing night. Let me just show you how these things sort of mess with the math at this point. So we're already sitting here in our core 6 races, right? And if you start moving, we think Wisconsin is leaning Republican these days. If for whatever reason North Carolina ends up in the blue column, well, then you see what they have to do. They only need 3 of these remaining 5, Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, Pennsylvania. They could afford to lose 2. So that's how North Carolina messes the math in sort of Pat Riley had an expression in the basketball days that a series doesn't begin until the road team wins a game. This would be the equivalent of the road team pulling an upset. Well, same thing here. If New Hampshire ends up Republican, let's move North Carolina back here into our Republican column here. And to show you how that messes with the math, look, they're already at 50. So then Democrats would have to win all these, and they just need to win one. I'm telling you, if they're winning New Hampshire tonight, they're probably going to win Nevada. And then all of a sudden they have control, even if Democrats win Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania. So that would be the equivalent of the Republicans essentially winning a road game, and then suddenly this series begins. Let's go to a couple of our correspondents in these 2 potential road tipping point states, if you will. Antonio Hilton is with us from Apex, North Carolina. It's one of the state's swing areas. And in Manchester, New Hampshire, that's where we find Kristen Dahlgren. Well, let's start North Carolina because those polls close first. Antonia, what are you seeing? The question I've had today is, what kind of get-out-the-vote operation has Sherry Beasley been able to build, really without the help or as much help from the national party as other battleground states have gotten?
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.